Welcome to Habitual Maker. My name is James. Today, here I am showing the quantity and size of material needed for the jig. It calls out for hardwood. I do not want to build the jig out of hard maple and black walnut, and I do not want to buy more hardwood to build this, so I am using reclaimed oak pallet wood and gluing it up to get the thickness needed. Here you can see me trying to chip the glue off and having some trouble. The chisels are Harbor Freight and I have sharpened them by hand, but they are still not great. Additionally, I should have not let the glue dry a couple of weeks before trying to remove the squeeze out. Here I am at the table saw squaring up the glued pieces. Here I'm trying to give everyone a reason to tell me all the things I'm doing wrong and how unsafe I am by not using a push stick. Yes, I know leaving the table saw running when I'm not cutting is unsafe. I am editing some of the repetition out of this video. I'm not trying to hide anything, just don't want to bore you guys to death. Here I am squaring up the ends so I have two straight and parallel sides. I show you some glue that I forgot to clean up. As you see, the chisel is not the sharpest. It's much better than the first chisel in the video and much better than when I bought them, but they're still not acceptable. I'm using the thickness planer here to dimension the lumber to the dimensions called out on the directions. Now that this piece is plain flat, I'm cutting it in half so I can glue it up one more time to get the desired dimension the directions say. I'm gluing up two 5x8 3/4 inch pieces, so I'll have a 1.5 inch piece by 5x8. Here I'm trying to figure out how to cut the wood to get the dimensions needed out of each glue up. I know that there was a way, but I just can't seem to remember which direction to flip the wood to get the cuts I need without wasting wood. I'm gluing up the last two pieces using a silicone basting brush I stole out of the kitchen. After cutting the bristles, it worked very well, and it's a low cost glue spreader. Now I'm going to use entirely too many clamps, trying to get the edges as even as possible when a little bit of salt would have worked so much easier. Whoever said I do things properly. Now I'm trying a new camera angle to get more interesting views, so it's also a great way to get sawdust all over your brand new camera. And once again, unsuccessfully trying to show the dimensions I am using to cut. If I had turned off the music, I could have explained it while recording, but instead I chose to jam out this Nickelback. Yes, I said Nickelback. This is wider than it is long. Trying to cut that, it's a good chance it'll go like this, and it'll throw it right back into you, break some ribs, kill you. I have heard horror stories about them hitting people in the chest and stopping people's hearts and things of that nature. So we will not be doing that. We'll be putting table saw sled on there, and we'll make a cut that way. 7 inches, which works out great because I got a little knot here that I don't really like all that much. Get rid of that. I do not believe these have to be super precise because this is just kind of a jig that you're going to be holding your chisels on, but you know, practice makes perfect, you know what I mean? Just a smidge. Just a tiny smidge under. But we'll call it good enough. So the next step is this is right here. I'm going to cut some angles off. So 25 and 30. I need to figure out what my chisels are. I want to say they're like 27, but they're crap, so that's probably why. Alright, so we got 0. We'll do this. And we'll see. Yeah, I got 26.6. Probably because I did these by hand. That's my guess. So got 25 or 30. I'm thinking 30 is probably better. I don't know. Looking at the way this is, I would take more meat off of 30, and at 25 I'll be taking more of this portion off. Let me see. So I'd be taking more. So if I go to 35, I'll end up taking more of this section of it off, making it more this way. And if I do 30, I'll take more of this off. I really don't know. It's a cheap Harbor Freight one. Maybe I should look at some chisels that I want to buy and make it for that. Yeah, I think I need to figure out what my future chisel is going to be and make this for that, because I could care less about these. I'm guessing 30 would probably be better because I'm going to take the end of it off. But 25, I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I honestly, I'm not that good enough. So I'm going to take a little break and look up my Amazon wish list and see what angles those chisels are, and then I'll figure out which one of these I want to do. But it's really nice. It shows you, you know, like basically you don't even have to worry about the angle per se. It just says measure down, you know, this far, measure over this far, make the diagonal, cut it off, and you got your angle. So Tay Tools made it really good that way. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna do a little bit of investigation and try and figure out where we're at. Okay, so I went ahead and decided to do 25 degrees just because it's closest to what mine was, and I read that you do 25 and then you can throw a 30 at the very edge of it if you want it extra sharp. I wish I could be, more helpful. To be honest with you, I don't know. So I use crappy ones because my kids drop them and chip them, and I'm afraid to buy decent ones because they're gonna get messed up. I've managed to keep these sharp, doing them by hand. I'm hoping this will make things faster and they'll be a little bit sharper. But there we are. So like I said, it said to measure. The direction said to measure over and measure down, but it also said if you have a protractor. Well, I got a digital protractor, and it was slightly off, but honestly, I don't think it really matters as long as it's consistent. You have a consistent angle in that general vicinity of what you want. I believe you'll be fine with sharpening. But I went ahead and did that, and then I set it on here and found it, and then I used some double-sided tape and put these two down. So now when I'm cutting it, I can hold here, and I don't have to worry about this flipping and twisting and things like that while I'm gonna cut this angle. So let's hope that works out good. And I'll get you a little closer and get you a little bit more looking down here at what we're doing. Let's try so. Alrighty. Gotta use that for something. So this is red oak, and it's weathered red oak. It's not the greatest looking. These are from pallets, believe it or not, but it is super, super hard. So take your time, but I believe this is going to work out great for me. I just gotta. It says to chamfer these edges. I think I'm just going to take a sanding block to the edges, and then get on to the next step, which is cutting this piece at an angle as well, and that's going to be a guide that will kind of go like this. And so if I understand this correctly, this will be like this, like that, and then you'll slide the it'll make more sense once I finish it, but it's gonna look something like this. So right now I'm going to figure out how I'm going to cut the angles on this. Hopefully I can use these. Probably not. I'm not that lucky. And then, but it's not super, because all it is a guide. So, obviously they want you to kind of have the right angles to make it look presentable. All right, we're back. Sorry for the light. It's getting dark here. It's New Year's Eve. My birthday's tomorrow. My kids are outside doing fireworks. So if you hear some loud bangs, it's not the ghetto. But we're doing stuff. So I got this. I went ahead. So basically, you cut this the same angle here as this angle, so it looks presentable. And then you want a 1/4 inch reveal here. Okay, so the directions state that you need to calibrate this to your drill press, and you need to have this perpendicular. So they want this flat to be perpendicular with this. So for me, the most what makes most sense to me is to get the 0 at here and then 0 at there. I could be completely wrong. Calibrate the drill press. Check to see that the edge of your chisel are ground to 90 degrees. The edge of your chisel are ground to 90 degrees. If not, calibrate the jig to grind a perfect 90 degrees. And it's got this little, so that's what I'm assuming is once I get this in there, but I know this and this are on the same axis, I guess you call it, right? We'll figure it out. So I'm gonna try this, make sure it's good, and then I'll do this, and then we'll see. So let's turn this on. We'll zero this out. So in theory, this to this is the right angle. So then, that's not good. So I need to lift the front up. But I have this adjustment. I need to level this first. Problem with the drill press has too many options. You got too many ways to mess up. Okay, we're back. The camera was dead. I got bifocals here, so I'm always doing this if it looks like I'm weird and I'm trying to have you look at my nose. Yeah, and then I can't see nothing. Anyways, they tell you gotta calibrate it, and what they're meaning is this needs to be perpendicular to this, which was hard. I used feeler gauges and stuff like that. It got it pretty close, but I was still having problems, and I was using this. Oof, man, it makes a lot of metal dust that's magnetic. The issue I was actually having wasn't so much that this was out of whack, and it was slightly, and I found that out, but this pile of crap here, I don't know if you can see this, it's not straight here or there. The thing goes like this. So when you're using something that's somewhat precision, made to guide up straight up like that, and so you get this nice perpendicular square, right? Well, it doesn't work when this thing was rocking, and I didn't realize that this has actually got a curve. I don't know if you can see that. It's really hard, but it trust me. So there's that, and then this right here. You see how it rocks back and forth? So that rock right there is so. Oops, gives me a set. So you're supposed to be holding it here and sliding it up, but my problem is it was rocking back and forth. So I would get it going, and then I would turn it, and I would slightly turn it because it rocks. Once I realized that, because I tried a smaller one, and it was a little bit more straight, and I didn't have that issue. So I was able to set it with a small one. I just kind of barely kissed it, and I adjusted it back and forth, this play here, until when I would kiss it, it would give me a straight across. I went ahead and did the full one, and I don't know if you can see this, but this is the rough. This is just 80 grit, but it takes, and then that's 240 on the back side. It's got a little bit of a thing here, but I'm gonna show you one. I got left one more, and then we go to the 220 for this side, and then we do the strop. I'm not sure. Thing that the barbers use, but so we're gonna get that right now. So I'm gonna do one, and this is a straight from Harbor Freight, never been sharpened, nothing. So this is like $1 chisel. So yeah, we're gonna see how sharp we can get these things. Now it's $1 chisel, so that means even if I get it sharp, it's probably only gonna last a week. But like I said, I have kids who think that these are like screwdrivers, and they drop them on concrete. And what do? Man, I look creepy right now, don't I? All right, back to this. Excuse the noise. It does say to use like a mag switch to hold it down or something. Um, I had no problem just holding it in place. I do have some like vice grips that will hold it, but this thing's not. I don't know. Maybe because this thing's so old and grippy. But I'll get to it. That backside. That's 220 right there. So you can see the angle of this is not the angle I have over there. But that's fine because this is how I'm going to be sharpening all mine. And so I got to get them there one way or another. So there is that right there. Pretty good. So there's the back side right there. You can see pretty good. And then there's that. So now I'm going to switch this. So this is 80 grit here and 220 here. And this next one is going to be 220 on the bottom, and the stroke, it's the leather hide. It's like a cow butt or something like that. Whatever. It's what gives it that last bit of just sharp fineness. I guess it'd be like the polish of it. You gotta read the directions. There's a lot of directions. They're very good. They're very concise, but there's a lot of information. Make sure and read it all. Like this, you want the rough side up, not the slick side, because it ain't gonna do you no good. I was wondering about that. I had to go through and read it because the first time I kind of skimmed a little too fast, didn't catch it. But so here we are. So now, make sure I got it about where I want it. You want to be about 1/16 of an inch above this. Looks like I'm right about there. Make sure I'm not getting on top of anything. This is it's like Brillo pad. So, start it up. Oh yeah, that's nice there. Now you use a little bit of this, I think they call it like Jeweler's Rouge. It comes with the kit. Doesn't take a lot. You can see that chopping the hair off. Now, I mean, it's not amazing, but you're also seeing that it took me like about 3 minutes to do this. I'm gonna hit it one more time. You can see my hair there. Takes a lot of dead skin off. but it is very sharp. I don't know if you can see that nice little edge you got right there. So when you're strobing it or using the leather thing, I put too much white stuff on there, so I'm gonna have to like do something about that. But you're just taking this very edge here and the very edge, and you're polishing just that last bit of an edge to get yourself something real nice and sharp. But it's like I said, this was a Harbor Freight, untouched, never nothing, and it was 2 minutes maybe. I mean, I yapped most of the time. So this is it's Tay Tools. Tay Tools drill press sharpening system right there. I don't remember exactly how much I paid. It's 50, $60 or something like that. Definitely. This is an old piece of crap drill press that works perfectly fine. I got crappy drills, chisels, and they're working great. So I would definitely do that. I'm going to get some white rouge off of this. I put too much off. It even said don't put too much on there, but you know, I didn't listen. I'm going to take some of that off and get the rest of them sharpened up. So a big part of my problem is that these are not perfectly flat. Now when I just did, it was curved, so I actually had to, when I did the rough, I was pushing towards the top, and I needed to do that on this one because when I pushed through the bottom, it was doing it a little weird. Some of these are ever so slightly out of square. But when the thing is that janky, it doesn't really matter. I'm really more worried about them being sharp, because I'm usually going at an angle anyways, so for what these are, it's going to be fine. It's not this is the issue, it's how crappy these are. And then if it is any of this, so just do this one little piece of wood right here, I can put another one of those on. But I don't think that's it, it's these. This one has a very pronounced bow right here, pulled in. So I have to make sure and push this in and not rock it. Last one. Lighting in here is not very good, so you kind of have to do the old, but because certain times it looks like it's not polished well, but then you look at it from another angle, and then so now, I mean, obviously this is ingrain oak, but it's doing what I need, and it's doing fairly well, and then you can kind of I'm not sure of a better way to test other than the hair thing, but it does take the hair off, like these little hairs right there. Boom, boom. So, I don't know if you can see. Probably not. But I'm trying. But anyways, take my word for it. These are sharp. Now, something else I got from them as well is they have... Where are they at? Think about. They actually have a thing called a crazy sharpening system. Crazy sharpening system. Something like that. And it uses glass with like some very, very high, like in the thousands sandpaper. I'm going to use that on these as well to get that last bit. I don't think I need it though. I bought it I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to construct this and have it work with this drill press, being how this drill press is older than I am. But I am very happy with it, and I messed this up. I put too much jeweler's rouge on there. Maybe I'll take some sandpaper to it or something. I'm sure there's a way I can fix it. But yeah. So K tools, and I have the directions now, so I can build another one of these if I want. It says if you have shorter ones, you just basically build it a little shorter, so this run right here isn't quite as much. I mean, you basically just kind of take this off right here, and then you have it for shorter ones. And then they have some other directions for like angled chisels and things like that. I am going to figure out how to do my wood planes blades on here. It does talk about that too. I haven't had a chance to really get into that as of yet, and I may still add that to this video. But as of right now, I think we're about done, and I think these look pretty good. I don't know. I mean, now it's Harbor Freight.
Okay.
Okay. I remembered people showing how sharp something was by cutting it a piece of paper. So it's not working right. I have to get some stuff on here. Hold on a second. Let me get another piece of paper. Some of the directions here, but so I don't know. I don't know if that's enough proof to you. I don't know what to do. They're sharp. They work great. I wish I could prove to you better. But once again, Tay Tools. Now you also gotta take this with a grain of salt. Those are Harbor Freight. I paid like $6 for the whole set. I'm sure other ones will do much better, and most of those actually had chunks taken out of them, and I didn't take that much time. And it does come with other ones. So I went from 80 to 220 to the stroke. You can buy more of these, which I think I might, just so I don't have to change them out and stuff like that very often. But maybe have because I got 180 and 220, maybe 500, 800. It comes to a whole stack of this Cubitron sandpaper. Basically, they have a. Why talk about it when I can show you? It comes. The pack comes with this, so you get 80, 120, 150, 180, and 220. And I do have some Cubitron myself. But and I have some diamond plates as well. But for what I do, these things seem to work great. I wish I could show you better. I really feel like I'm doing Tay Tools a disservice. They work better, but I'm not an internet guru, and they got this. Look at how you cut the piece of paper in half, and what are you gonna do? So that's the way it is. If they're sharp, they work better. They're way sharper than they were, and I was able to use them before. So and I was just using a I think they call this a soapstone. And I put a little bit of water on there, and then after I would go from the rougher side to the soft, then I would go to some like 1500 sandpaper just on a piece of on granite, and it's just a little piece of granite, so it's nothing special. But I did see where all the mess ups I did by doing it by hand and not having any kind of guide whatsoever. I had to kind of grind those out. But here we are. Once again, I feel I've given Tay Tools a little bit of a disservice here, but this stuff works great. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. I paid for this with my own money, and they don't know who I am from Adam at all. I'm just a nobody. But I don't want people to think this is a bad product, because it really is a good product. I think I'm not conveying it well enough. But it is what it is. They have that, and then they have that crazy sharp system as well, and it works. I have used that on another set of cheap Harbor Freight chisels, and those worked really well too. So maybe in conjunction with the two of them, I should be able to get some amazing stuff. And like I said, I still might add that to this video. I do also have some cheap diamond plates. I'm not sure on those yet. I don't think they're all created equally, and the ones I bought are probably not that great. So that's where we are. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your view. I would love if you maybe liked it. If you subscribed, that'd be awesome. If you came this far in the video, I love you. These videos are not easy to make, and this is all new to me, and I didn't realize how hard it was to make videos. Just getting used to talking to the camera is like a whole new thing to me. So appreciate it, and I hope you watch more of my videos, and there'll be some new videos coming out. You'll see. Have a great day. One last thing. So this is from my Stanley. I don't know what all these are. Stanley black plane. It's an older one. It's not a fancy one. It's not the greatest one. It's an average one. This thing literally, I should have showed beforehand. It literally had chunks out of it. I bought that black plane for like $3 at a yard sale, and I just never got around to sharpening it because I was just kind of using it for whatever. Look at that edge. Look at that. You can really see the difference because this isn't super high quality, but in comparison to the Harbor Freight, it's it's amazing. But you see that. Of course, it's not going to work for me again. See, and then I did it and it's off camera. All right, so right here, see that? Just basically effortlessly. See, here I'll just stand back so you can see it better. And that's not torn, that's cut. I'm sure there's probably a little bit more to doing that with this thing. This is sharp, so you can see the hair right there, right? See? That hair's gone now. So yeah, that shows it works. Now I feel I have given Tay Tools a honorable example of what their tools are and the quality of it. This thing is sharp. I didn't think this thing would ever get this sharp. I can't wait to actually, I actually have some decent planes. I can't wait to sharpen those things. And now I want to buy some decent chisels because those things, after using this, those chisels suck. And I was happy with them. I got some good Chinese planes, and I got a couple older Stanleys, the longer ones. I'm not a plane person. I don't know the numbers. One's that long, one's that long, and one's that long. Got a good deal on them. Anyways, I can't wait to sharpen those. I'm gonna have a great time, but I'm not gonna bore you with that. Just remember, Tay Tools. It is, again, I'm not very, oh man. Tay Tools drill press sharpening jig. I should probably use this as my thumbnail. Yeah. This. Get this. It works awesome. I know I'm a goofball. It's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's my birthday. Turning 52 years old. I look like I'm 62. Whatever. I'm having fun. This is awesome. I am so happy. I literally just turned like, I don't know, $2, $5, whatever it was. It was cheap. Black plane into an amazing plane. This thing is going to work amazing. Have a great evening. Have a great new year. Hope 25 is amazing for you. And I'm just going to keep on bringing videos and hoping I can help people out and maybe get some enjoyment out there. Thank you very much. Have a great day.